Hey, happy Sunday, happy Team Connect. It is July 19th. Amazing. I'm so excited to be with you. We are just coming off a virtual retreat with Cecilia Stoll. It was amazing. It was, I feel, exactly what we needed at exactly the right time. And so we're going to be sharing some takeaways from that. But I also wanted to use this time, and if you're watching a recording, it's fine. I know it's crazy. It's summertime. It's crazy. There was a big storm up north in Michigan, and there's cleanup and just stuff going on. So I get it. We'll get the recording out, but I would love your input on a few things that I've been thinking about so much for our team. And Sherry and I were talking about having a book each month that we read as a team, and just maybe get the book at the beginning of the month, and then we could read it throughout the month and then talk about it the last call of the month. So I was thinking about that. I know a lot of you have Beach Money, so I was thinking Beach Money might even be a good one for July. It's an really easy read. If you don't have it, you could grab it and read it in just a couple days. But I think it's a really easy to understand concept about network marketing and what it takes. And for me, at least, when I was growing a team and growing a business, I just needed to understand more about network marketing because I was kind of lost. So if that's what you're feeling, or you feel a little stuck, Beach Money is a great book just to give you an overall view of network marketing and the power of this business, and literally how one person can change everything. One connection, one hello, one reach out can change your entire business, your entire life, your entire future. And again, just how powerful consistency is, because consistent effort over time has that compound effect. So I just wanted to put that on the table. Beach Money for July, and I know a lot of you have it, and if not, it's a really easy read. And then a couple other things I just wanted to ask about. I know we were initially doing a team incentive every month. Anyone who reached their maintenance numbers by mid-month would go into a drawing for $100. And I love that. It was actually effective. I'm happy to keep going with that. I just wanted to check in and see, is that something we should continue, or is there another incentive? After listening to this retreat information, it just got me thinking about, maybe it should be around how many people we have in the healthy living program, or something around sponsoring. So anyway, I just wanted to open that up for discussion and see. I'm happy to do incentives. I think it's fun to have a carrot to go for. I think it's fun to reach for goals as a team and stuff. Back in the past, when we had meetings, in person and stuff, it was cool because Carol Bodell would give out an artificial flower, which I know that sounds crazy, but they were actually really pretty. They're pretty, I think, like daisies or Gerber daisies, and different colors for each month. And so anyone who earned their consultant bonus or district manager bonus, area manager bonus, region bonus, whatever, bonus earners or achievement award earners, sorry, anyone who earned their achievement award would get a flower, and we would be recognized up front. The top sponsoring person, for that month would get a flower. If you earned an Arbonne, an incentive or whatever, you would get a flower. So over time, at each meeting, you could go home with 1 or 3 flowers, and then we would post pictures of our vase at home with our pretty little Gerber daisies. And it was sort of like recognition to show the team and other Arbonne people, look, I've been consistent over time. So I don't know if that's something that appeals to you. I know I always like carrots, even if it's a fake flower. I always like to just, go for things, whatever's put out there. So I just wanted to ask you your input on that. Does anyone have feedback on a team incentive for each month? What are your thoughts, Sherry? Or me?
I don't really have a I mean, for me, it doesn't matter because I mean, my goal is to build this business. So for me, I don't personally need those, but I know that some people do. So, I mean, I'm open to it.
Great. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts, Mia?
Well, I agree with Sherry. I mean, I think, can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think any kind of incentive, it kind of, makes you work a little bit harder. Um, and it, feels good to get it. So whatever you decide is fine with me.
Okay. What about you, Brenda? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm right with the same line. I mean, I'm here to grow my business and, having an incentive, yeah, that'd be great. But I mean, in the big scheme of things, that's not going to be why I'm going to be out talking to people and stuff and doing it because I want to grow my business. But yeah, so whatever you decide to do, I'm okay with.
Oh, I love it. So do you okay, so let me put this out. Do you like the mid-month, earning your, or reaching your maintenance by mid-month? You like that?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that could be a good goal. That could be out there.
Or maybe it could be I'm sorry. I was just going to say, maybe it could be a different goal every month, I don't know.
I mean, I did like when you did the mid. I mean, if you're going to do an incentive, I like the mid one because you're basically trying to get people to be open to building their business within the first couple of weeks and really getting out there and putting yourself out there. So then you have like the last couple of weeks to keep it going. And there was one month when I got it. I think you gave like $100, and I was like, "Oh my God, you got $100 in the mail." Cool. So that part was cool. But I mean, again, that's not why I was out there. It's kind of a nice thing when you see that you're getting close to it to do it. But
Okay. All right. Well, I like it too. If you guys are open to it, I just want to put it on the table and check in. And anyone watching recording, please give me your input. Another insight from this retreat that we were part of was just, again, how to look at your organization. And for me, again, I was just like clueless about this stuff when I was first starting. Like, what am I supposed to be aiming for? What is the point? How do you grow to area? How do you grow to region? How do you grow to nation? What do people's teams look like? And so what they recommended, so this retreat was for area managers and above. And so what they were training on for area managers was to be 8 district managers wide. And it's like, whoa, when I first started, I was like, whoa, that seems like, oh my goodness, like a million, it seemed like a lot, but that's such a great goal. You'll probably get that. Gosh, I think I was maybe 5 district managers wide. And then I had some depth too in the organization when I promoted to region. But 8 is just like extra security. And then to go nation, it's 8 area managers wide. And again, I'm looking at that like, I just looked at my, organization right now. I'm 10 district managers wide. So 10 legs wide, which is cool. Like, how amazing is that? But one area. So I need to grow my area width to be able to promote to nation and be really solid. So it just helps you like have a goal. And even to go area, 4 or 5 districts wide is like, holy cow, you're going to be knocking on, not only a bonusing area, but, going region with that kind of team. So it just was helpful to have that overview. And yes, they went into so much. Do you want to share some of your takeaways, Sherry, first, and I'll fill in?
yeah. I was going to go over like the 30 days, but I think the 2 main things that I just heard every single person talk about is how important personal growth is and reading.
Yeah.
And I remember in the beginning of my business, Tammy would always, I remember seeing her doing it all the time, and talking about it when we were hiking, but I didn't do it because I think I read a lot when I was in my corporate life, and I was like, I don't need to do this. But once I finally got over that and I started doing it, it's huge because it's helping you grow, and it's also helping you create help your team that you have today and help for your future team, because you just never know what it is that you're going to read that's going to resonate or that could help somebody on your team that might be struggling or whatever. So you're just constantly learning and growing. So the personal, the personal growth part, reading the books or listening to audio or whatever it is that's pouring into you every single day is huge. It helps you in your personal life. It helps you keep your mind straight, because there's so much in life that goes on and hits you. So the personal growth is key. And they kept saying over and over and over again, like it's non-negotiable. So whether you have to get up earlier or if you can't, you don't have time to read, really, I guess you shouldn't be making up the excuse that you don't have time. It's just create time somewhere in your day, like listening to it. If you're driving somewhere, there's always like ways that you can fit it in. So that was really key. And a lot of the leaders, like Cecilia Stoll was reading too at one time. So it's just getting that in every single day. And the other big thing that I heard was, scheduling the habits in your calendar. So we've got the daily method of success sheet, but it's just creating those habits every day, because they are easy not to do because they're so simple, but those are what's going to continue to build our business. And they just kept saying that they put it in their calendar, which I liked that. I don't typically do that. So that's going to be something that I'm going to try to do more often, or just start to do as a habit, is putting it in my calendar. So maybe you have, like, you're looking at your calendar for the week and I like how Cecilia said every Sunday night she sits down and builds her calendar for the week. And then you can build in your habits that way is one option. So I really liked that. But, so one thing that Tammy and I were talking about that I was going to go through is the 30 Days to Healthy Living, because this is really where, I built my business, and I feel like most of us in this is why we joined Arbonne, and that's where every single one of my teammates came from, was through the 30 Days to Healthy Living. So there's a tracker on how you can be really successful with your clients to keep them engaged, which I haven't really used this tracker. I remember reviewing it a couple of times when I first started my business, and I do some of the things, but I don't do everything that's on this list. And I think I'm going to revisit it, because there's so many touch points to make sure that you're checking in with your clients. And then you can write multiple clients at the same time. So I don't know if I can I share the screen?
I think so.
Okay.
Hey, Sherry, where's that located at?
So the tracker is on Born to Win Nation, whichever you guys go to, borntowinnation.com or Cecilia Stoll, which is stollnation.com. They both have this. On Born to Win Nation, it's under, I think it's consultant resources, or share. I think it's under Sharing Arbonne, actually.
It's even in the source in Arbonne's website too.
Oh, is it? Okay. I can't share.
Oh, really?
It's just saying host disabled attendee screen sharing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how to make that. I'm sorry. Screen share.
I gotta find it now.
Are you? Well, maybe you could just go over it.
Okay. It, for some reason, because of the internet situation that everybody's been talking about, it is not on my screen anymore. Hold on, I gotta go to it. Okay, where?
Yeah, they really, and looking at my organization too, again, I'm 10 wide, but eight out of 10 of those managers came from the healthy living. Like Shui wasn't into the healthy living, because she does her own thing. And then Mallory's a makeup artist. So they came in because of the makeup and skincare, but they're using the stuff too. So
yeah. Okay, I found it. Well, and I think the reason why so many of us join this business is because of the 30 Days to Healthy Living. And what makes us unique is we're giving education to people to help them understand why they should be looking at the stuff that they're eating and putting on their body, right? So that's what's made us successful, or for me has made me successful, is to understand that. And then you're seeing and feeling the results faster than if you just put on skincare. You know what I mean? So I think that's what makes us stand apart from everything else, is that we're helping to educate people. So anyway, so the Healthy Living Tracker is pretty cool. So they do like a prep week. So there's like, basically you put down the person's start date, you know, if they're not starting the day as each month of, you know, the first month of every Monday, or Monday of the first Monday of every month, sorry. And then it just says your first task is at least 5 business days before they start, you order the nutrition ASVP. And then you talk to the clients about the add-ons, which I don't ever do. And I love that she pointed this out, because they just ask good questions like, you know, do you have a sweet tooth? And if the person says yes, then you have to, then you say something like, oh my gosh, then you absolutely need to buy the Fit Chews, because they're going to just help you in those, you know, times of need. Or maybe it's protein bars if they're like super busy throughout their day and they're afraid they're going to snack on things that they haven't been able to prep for. So I really liked that they talked about that, the add-ons, because again, I don't typically do that. So that is a key note on here. So that's like the first step. Then the second one is 7 days before they start, because it's still part of the prep week, that you're adding them to the Facebook group and you're sending them a welcome email or text. So it's just being, you know, creating that relationship. And then 3 days before sorry, my head's going to be cocked to the side because they're written up, is to ensure that the client has everything they need, and ask if they have any accountability partner. So as you're talking to them, it's always, you know, even on the first day, you could always put that too, is when they're signing up, you know, do you know anybody that would benefit from doing this as well? Because it's always nice to have a partner. So if they don't know anybody right then they're just saying 3 days before, you could ask again. And then 1 day before they start, just reviewing the protocol and prompt the client to make sure that they take pictures and measurements before they start. And you can say, you know, it's no big deal. Like, you don't have to share it with anyone. It's just, you come to find out that most people wish they would have done that before, so they can visually see that. And I know that for me, I've done that with my clients, because some people get so focused on their weight, of losing weight. And if they're not losing like the pounds, they start to get discouraged. But if you can, you know, if they got the picture and you can start to talk to them about like, how are they feeling? How are their clothes feeling? And then of course, most people say, well, my clothes are feeling more loose. So it's just coaching them through that. So I love that reminder. And then, okay, so day 1, then it goes into week 1. The first thing you do on day 1 is you're reviewing day 1 in detail around 7 p.m. and addressing any issues. So they put like 7 p.m. So you could put this as a reminder in your calendar, like all these tasks you could put as a reminder in your calendar. So at 7 p.m., calling them up and just going through any issues that they had throughout the day, and just say, how was your day? You know, it's stuff like that. And then day 3, it's checking in to see how the client is feeling. And I have found this, when I've slipped through the cracks and have not checked in with my clients throughout the first week, people start to go through some symptoms, right? They're going through headaches. They might be having major fatigue. They might be super grumpy, things like that. And if we're not checking in with them, sometimes this is the first week where they can just like stop. So I like this tracker and the fact that you're like having these check-in points. And then there's day 5, you're checking in to see if the client is equipped for the weekend, just making sure that they have everything. Ask, you know, they might be going out to dinner, and then you can kind of coach them through like how they can work that in. And then so it's just cool. It just goes week 2, week 3, week 4, and then post. So I won't go through everything, because I know there's other things we want to go through, but the tracker is awesome. It just shows like when to go in, how to talk to your client. And, you know, if you're new to this, any new people, you know, that join Arbonne, this is where your upline can help you on how to reach out and talk to them and stuff like that. So the goal through this is you're coaching your preferred clients and your consultant through this to make sure that they're having a successful, you know, 30 days. And then, you know, their experience is going to be good. So then they're going to continue to be long-term clients. They're going to probably give you some referrals and things like that. So I really liked this, and I was like, you know what, I need to start sharing this with my team more often, and just making sure that we're setting people up for success, because it's easy to let, you know, your clients slip through the cracks once you sign them up with the 30 days, and you might have a couple of touch points with them. but just building that relationship with them, because you're going to learn about them too the more you talk to them, and then see what other needs that they have. So that was like a huge kind of like aha for me, of like, I need to go back to really nurturing that relationship through the 30 days, because again, that's how I've gotten every single one of my business partners, is through this plan. So this is where the gold is, and where constantly making sure your clients are set up for success.
I love it. And this is, again, something I've been pondering so much is what is it that we can duplicate in our business? And this is exactly it. It's just going back to the basics and getting really good at nurturing people through the 30-day plan. And the proof is in the pudding. Like, most people come, into the business because of their experience with the 30 days. So just getting so good at nurturing those relationships so that they have a great experience, so that then they want to share with others. So the whole little formula was find 8, serve 3. So 8 new people in the 30-day plan would equal your 2,500, okay, building block for the month. So 8 ASVPs equals 2,500. So 8 new 30 days to healthy living clients, and then nurturing them in such a way that 3 of those people would then want to become consultants and find 8 new people themselves. And this is the power of duplication right here. It's just that, it's right there. It's not like they have to know everything about everything in the catalog. It's just, here's how I helped you through. This is the tracker I use to touch base with you. I'll help you do this with 8 people that you know. And this is how you can start to build a business, just keeping it so simple. And again, mastering the basics. I just think it's brilliant. So yeah, I'm so glad too for the reminder, because I think about, back in 2013 when the 30-day was starting to pop and get really popular and big, and we started the Facebook groups and everything. We had people do their measurements, and we were all into it. And I think we've just kind of slacked over the years. So, but there's still power here. And like Sherry said, there's gold here. And so just to, and looking at all the VPs and the, these millennials that are just flying through the ranks in the company, they've mastered these basics. It's not like they're doing anything different. They have just mastered the basics, and they've talked to a lot of people and, coached a lot of people through this 30-day plan. So it was enlightening and empowering just to say, hear from these leaders and say, you know what, we have these same exact tools right in our hands. We just have to implement. And this, again, is a way to help our team start duplicating better. So think about it. If you have, I just want to break this down a little more. If you have 8 people who bought the nutrition ASVP and maybe some add-ons, love that. That's equals about 2,500. Now, if you find 3 other people who do the same thing, find 8, that's 10,000 in volume. That's area manager qualification. So you could have 3 other people earning their Consultant Achiever Award in district qualification. You're in, and this again, and then duplicate it again and duplicate it again. It's just like, oh, it's all right there for all of us. Does it always look like that or work out perfectly? No, but that can be a nice, a nice set point, a nice goal. So I love how, they talked about we over me culture. And, I think so often in life and in corporate and everything, you're just spending for yourself. Whereas in Arbonne, it is a we culture. It's not that I want to earn my Achiever Award. I want to help as many people as I can earn theirs too, because we're not successful unless we're helping other people be successful. And so just, turning your brain onto that concept. And we're on a mission to share hope for people's health and hope for their future. And that's Arbonne right there. Hope for their health right now and hope for their future. And we are on any kind of mission creates a movement. So just keeping that in mind. I love too how they talked about a 15-minute of focus daily. Of course, looking at all the steps, I'm like, oh, this is going to take me longer than 15 minutes, but just setting aside 15 minutes to get the ball rolling. 15 minutes of focus is what they talked about, and I'll send out an image for you. I'll text it out to you. But taking 15 minutes of time and saying, I'm going to do 3 to 5 new reach outs, 3 to 5 follow-ups with people I've already planted seeds with. Ask 3 to 5 people if they would be willing to watch a video, either a Healthy Living or a Discover Arbonne. 3 to 5 thank yous for clients who have ordered, and just checking in. And then 3 to 5 teammates that you're checking in with. And if you don't have teammates, then that's just extra time to nurture clients and again, check in with them. So I love that 15 minutes of focus. And I can see how, for all the perfectionists out there who just get paralyzed if you can't do everything all at once, 15 minutes, you can set a timer and just do as much as you can in 15 minutes. So I think that's powerful. Growing people grow people. So that feeds into what Sherry was saying. If we're constantly growing ourselves, we have the capacity to help other people grow too. Leadership and growth arrive before your team shows up. When you give yourself a timeline, oh, this was good. Because so often we come into Arbonne and say, well, I'm going to give it a year. I'm going to give it 6 months. But when we do that, we're actually keeping the back door open and basically taking ourselves off the hook to quit. And Cecilia talked about that. She goes, it took me 10 months of doing 6 to 8 presentations each month before she promoted to district manager. She's like, would people do that today? And be okay. And then it was another, I don't know what, 6 months or something after that before she promoted to area. She became an area manager without any district managers. So she was just hustling hard herself before she got a team. I know she went to region, promoted to region without any area managers. So she had a lot of districts. 16 district managers equals the region. She went nation without any regions. So think about it. She was really strong though. She was very solid, but it took her 6 years to become an MVP. So she's like, looking back, she said, would people do what I did, to be a 12-wide MVP, the top income earner in Arbonne, would people do what I did? Or are people coming in with the back door still open? Do we have a growth mindset versus goal mindset? So I love that too, because so often we have the intention to grow to a promotion instead of growing through a promotion. Like you don't want to just be a district manager, you want to be an area and RVP. And so often I see this where people get to a promotion and then kind of like take a break, and it's like, oh my goodness, that's when we just need to keep growing, because that'll help you get to the next one too. And we talked about consistency and how it builds trust. I love how Cecilia said how you think when you lose determines how long it will be until you win. I was like, ooh, that's so true. How we think when we lose or when we're in a dip or in a funk is how long it will be until we win. And so that's where the personal growth books come in, and mentorship and, plugging into team calls and everything just to get our mind right. So let's see here. And then they went on to say discipline has to match our desire. Thoughts do not change the world. Action changes the world. Hello. How often do we get exhausted just from thinking about Arbonne when we didn't really even do anything? I've been there.
Yep.
A compliant business is a strong business. Hype is a liability. Let's see here. Social media tips. These were good ones too. Create interest, share your personal life, how you use the products. People don't want to be sold to, they want to experience these things with you. They want to experience life with you. And that felt good to me. I was like, oh, that feels nice. You're just kind of inviting them in. People want to hear what you have to say. Passion trumps knowledge. Fear of missing out is real. People are craving community and connection. 7 times. It takes 7 times of seeing, you might feel like you're posting all the time about the same thing, but it actually takes 7 times before someone makes a decision. So just to show up consistently every day, showing your daily habits. You want to add value and spark engagement by asking questions, and that's not just about Arbonne, that's just in whatever you're interested in. Like Mia is such a great vegan cook. So just, asking other people for vegan recipes that they've tried that are delicious, or, a brand of whatever, vegan cheese that you love, please post, whatever, just to get that engagement. So how to start the conversation. And I think this is so key because again, we're talking about 3 to 5 new reach outs a day. And so if you're reaching out to people that you haven't really talked to in a while, get to know them first. They were saying how important it is to look at their page, to look at, what's important to them, and really connect, make people feel seen, special, inspired, hopeful. So by you commenting on something that they posted, that makes them feel seen, by you commenting on whatever it is that they're valuing, their dogs, their kids, their whatever. Again, that's going to make them know that you took the time out to personalize this. And a lot of them are using the voice memos to reach out. So I loved that too, just to make it more personal. Let's see here. Oh, and then Lisa Dooley, oh my goodness, she had an amazing training on how to work through the dips in your business. She says, quitting is a temptation. Decide I will wait until, quitting is a temptation. You have to decide I will until. And she said, don't make a permanent decision on a temporary feeling. I thought that was good. That was just a good key to life. And she quoted, if the devil cannot take your calling, he will try to take your confidence. It's a good one. Again, so important to plug into books and mindset, to be able to change your thinking in those hard moments, and again, connect to other positive people. Quitting doesn't feel as good as you think it will. The most important lessons arise when we're forced to change. We are growing for our current team and also our future team, as Sherry said. Digging into your limiting beliefs is difficult but necessary. And this is why so many people quit, because personal growth is tough, and it takes consistent effort. Whew, I asked for personal growth. That was my New Year's resolution in 2019. Wow. That's all I've done for the last year and a half. It's gone through all kinds of major
with personal growth too. You remember, Tammy, like, I think when you're growing is when you start to like look at just kind of the people that you've been surrounded with, and things start to change. Or like, whoa, I didn't realize so-and-so thinks like this all the time. And
it was so negative. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. Cause I remember just one time I called her and I was just like, oh my gosh, everyone is so negative. And she was like, welcome to personal growth. I was like, oh, this is so interesting. So it's kind of cool because you can start to see that your mind is changing.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, your beliefs are changing too, and beliefs are just repeated thought patterns. And so that brings us to, you cannot outgrow your self-concept. You can only replace it. So replacing our habits and thoughts. Are you the thermostat or thermometer for your team? Are you taking the temperature, or are you setting the temperature for your team? I love that. It feels good when we think we have a team, but we may be fooling ourselves. So don't wait on people, but continue to cast a vision. And that was so key. I think back of, talking to Carol and drawing out the people who I thought were my business builders and team. And Carol's like, Tammy, do they order products? I'm like, well, she goes, Tammy, they're not business builders. If they're not even using the products, like, that's step one. I'm like, oh, okay. So basically what you're saying, Carol, is I don't have a team. Okay. Thank you for that. Truth. So, we're not looking for people to motivate. We are looking for motivated people to run with. Another success principle. Look for the successful, motivated, positive, influential people. Those are the ones that even if they don't join you, they're gonna be positive towards your business endeavor and give you good referrals. So, and then tell your story a ton. It's the little seemingly insignificant things that add up over time. Get used to doing the little things, get used to nurturing people through the 30-day plan. Speak life over your team and business. So for me, we're popping area managers like crazy. I'm so excited. The words we speak becomes the house we live in. How you view things is how you do things. I'm like, woo, these are good. These are really, really good. And then, yeah, Lisa Dooley talked about just winning the day, you know, not getting overwhelmed by, holy cow, this is not where I wanted to be on July 19, but let's just win the day. So she talked too about a college roommate, I believe, that she had talked to and dripped on for 6 or 7 years or something. She asked to take a look at Arbonne, and she kind of blew her off, and she continued to ask, you know, and finally that one college roommate introduced the business to Mariah Grunert's mother. Mariah, this 20-year-old, took a hold of it. She now, from that one college roommate, has 17 VPs. 6 of them are NVPs from that one call. And it's just like a runaway millennial leg, like, holy cow. So, wow, that was super inspiring too. Just, you know, even the people that are saying no initially, they're not always going to be a no. And just to, again, keep casting a vision, keep working on yourself, keep, you know, consistently staying true to your values, and you know, consistently saying, I'm still thinking about you for this. And even if it's not for you, who do you know? So no one stumbles out of the pit, it takes work. And then she was talking about, you know, tips to start a new person. And, you know, Sherry and I were talking about that, just how important that is. I guess for me, sometimes it's like, just because someone has a consultant ID doesn't mean they're truly sponsored yet, doesn't mean they're truly a business builder. And that took me a long time to figure out, because we want to just like drown people with information the minute they become a consultant. But really, it's kind of like we have to match efforts. We have to match their pace. And maybe they're just needing to go through the 30-day plan first, you know, and have their own experience, and that's okay. So I guess that's kind of where, you know, getting someone started, I have to kind of like figure out where they are and figure out what their why is. Maybe they just want to use the products right now. Okay, well, that's not a business builder then. But if someone's saying, oh my gosh, yeah, I need to make $2,000 a month, you know, I definitely want this, then okay, awesome. We just figured out their why. They have a really strong why. So all successful people know their why. So yay, or, you know, get their product order in. We know their why. That's step one. And then setting expectations of, okay, if you want to earn $2,000 a month, that's area manager level. So that's going to be introducing this to 4 to 5 other people and having teammates. So again, you finding 8 people to be part of the Healthy Living Plan, and then, you know, finding 3 or 4 other people to do the exact same thing. That's going to help you get into area qualification. And so just setting up an expectation, or 19 kits, right? Or I'm sorry, 8 kits is 2,500, 19 is 6,000. So getting your district promotion in 1 month, and 32 kits is area qual. So however you want to break that down, these are the numbers. This is the expectation. And it's way easier to do with a team. So who do you want for a running mate? So help them make their announcement post, because by doing this, you're going to garner interest and intrigue from their circle of influence, right? So help them make their announcement post, why they want to be part of this business and what they love about Arbonne, and then a call to action, just like, I'm happy to send you a video if you're interested in learning more, or I'd love for you to join me on this 30-day plan that I'm doing. I'm so excited. You know, just a call to action. And then help them set goals. The 2,500 is 8 kits. The 6,000 is 19 nutrition kits, finish district manager, 10,000, 32 kits, finish DM, also become area manager qual. And then again, help people get into activity. They could look at who's engaging with them on their social media post, and then go through their 100-person list with them. Help them find the top dream team people, and also write out the qualities they love about these dream team people, so that they know how to reach out when they're reaching. You know, you can help them craft these messages too. Like, Sherry, you're such a, when I first met you and I asked, you know, what your next career move was going to be, you said, I don't know, I just want to do something that makes a difference. And that always resonated with me. And I know you're into clean eating and being healthy, and I just can't help but wonder if this could be a fit for you. If it's not, it's cool. It's not for everyone, but I just can't get you off of my mind. It's definitely worth a conversation. So just helping them reach out, you know, by pinpointing what it is you're going to say to that person and why their values would match up with Arbonne. And then we would do Zoom calls or send them a recorded DA. And then once they're like on board, we would schedule their launch parties, and we want 5 to 10 people confirmed for these launch parties. So we might need to invite 40 to 50 people. Woo! Do you see how there's like levels? I love this getting started, because it's like we just have to kind of check in and see how committed they are really at first. But I love that there's a getting started process. So then, yeah, talking about the daily method for success, the 40 faces, that this is a seed planting business. This is all, you know, a personal growth business disguised as health and wellness, right? Talking about being all in, because some days it doesn't really feel good to be an Arbonne consultant, but just being all in, because literally we're one conversation away from a whole different business. Making sure that they embrace their journey and just fall in love with the activity during the build. And that they have to decide to be the last person standing. I remember hearing Cecilia say that over and over. Same with Carol. Determined to be the best consultant on their team. The little things become big things. Aces attract other aces. So again, yeah, being the best consultant on your team is going to attract other people with that level of excellence. And being committed to helping others get what they want. And that's when you'll get what you want. So I love how Cecilia said, you will not be promoted one day or one moment too soon or too late. Like, we can't compare our journeys with anyone else's, because our journey is unique to us and is perfect for us. And it was exactly what, you know, the growth that we needed. So 7 keys to exceptional leadership. This is all from Cecilia. Leaders are self-made. Leaders are not born, which again, that's refreshing, because that means we're all on a level playing field, right? It just depends on our willingness to work hard and grow personally. That's really what it boils down to. Work hard, grow personally. So 1, leaders know who they are. And I wrote down qualities about myself, and maybe you guys could write it about yourself, but I am passionate, I'm genuine, I'm determined, I'm a great listener, I'm relatable, I'm healthy, and I'm fun. So those were, leaders know who they are. So our values will be revealed under pressure. What you are is shouting at me so loudly I cannot hear what you're saying. And so she was talking about how, you know, if you're a leader, are you showing up late but then telling other people to be on time? Are you talking poorly about your upline but then upset when you hear your team talking poorly about you? You know, I'm like, wow, that's so true. You know, so just being that person of integrity and asking ourselves, how will my future team talk about me? Number 2, leaders know what they want. So leaders know who they are, they know what they want. So Arbonne is not our why. Arbonne is the vehicle that will take us to our why. So again, digging in, what is our why? You know, what is it that we want this for? What is it that takes our breath away and gives us a spark, you know, and brings tears to our eyes? What is it that we want from this business? I think for so many, it's freedom, just freedom of choice, freedom, yeah, to do what we want with our time, you know, that we have on this earth. So Arbonne is the vehicle that will take us to our why. Where do you want your business to be in 3 years? And then what do we need to do to, like work backwards? Like, where do we need to be in 18 months? Where do we need to be in 12 months? Where do we need to be in 6 months in order to reach that 3-year goal? So what needs to happen in 2020 in order to move in the direction of my dreams and my why? And that will help us be intentional with priorities for the week and for our day. So number 3, leaders are committed to winning, finishing the race we started. When we face an obstacle, we don't quit. We just learn to pivot. And I remember Linda Parker saying, are you playing to win or are you just playing not to lose? And I see that. I know I've been that way in Arbonne at times. I'm just playing not to lose. I'm just playing to do the bare minimum, but again, leaders are committed to winning, not doing the minimum. Number 4, leaders have courage. It's never the end just because we fail. We have the courage to continue to grow, to pick ourselves up, to continue to make the calls and reaching out. We must make a decision, no matter how you feel, that we're not allowed ever to quit. And number 5, leaders get results. We use our time well, schedule things in our calendar, practice our script. We record ourselves and study how we're saying and speaking so that we can get better. And then we match efforts with our team. Number 6, leaders inspire others. We speak life over people. People need to know we're trustworthy. And yeah, a person of our word for sure. And number 7, leaders are role models. That's how leaders have influence. And she was talking about how it doesn't matter what your title is. It's just you can be a leader by personhood. There's actually a great book by Robin Sharma. What is it called? Leader who had no title. I think that's what it's called, something like that. But it was great because it just showed that leadership is basically influence, and you gain influence by trust, and being genuine and relatable and truthful. And again, allowing people into your world. It's just exactly what we were talking about with social media. That is, leaders arise because of their influence. And anyone can be a leader when you look at it in that regard. So, oh my goodness, that's the highlights from the retreat. Oh yeah, and then she was just saying, she closed by saying, I'm going to do the work in me for my current and future team. I love that. Love that. And I'm so grateful for you guys that you're on today. And so I'm going to send out the little thing. Would you, that could be something we implement and focus on too, is that 15 minutes of focus, which goes with the daily method sheet. I think it's just like a little more pinpointing on the reach outs and stuff, reach outs and follow-ups. But the 15 minutes of focus, find 8, serve 3, and duplicating that. And then, yeah, are you on board for Beach Money for our book for July?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then,
Jamie, I was looking on Amazon for that, and there was a couple different options of the book. So I just want to make sure I was going to get the right one, because I currently do not have that one. So is it just called Beach Money?
What? Say it again.
Is it called just Beach Money, or is it Better Than Beach Money?
Yeah, Better Than Beach Money is the second book after that.
Okay.
But Beach Money by Jordan Adler. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. It's
So
really
make sure
good.
it was the right one.
Yeah, it's really good. I think you'll enjoy it. You'll be able to recommend it too.
I know Sherry has mentioned it before to me, and that's a book that I just hadn't gotten to yet. So.
I
And
have
then
not read that one.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's good.
So should we make it like the last of August? Because really by the time people order their books, I mean, we're at the like last 2 weeks of, I know I'm not that fast of a reader to like have it as the last Sunday of July.
Yeah. I mean, we could, roll it even into August, whatever.
Okay.
I'm the same way, Sherry. I'm a terrible reader. That's actually, I've been doing a lot of my books now. Like I've become addicted to like walking, and I've just been like listening to my books too. So yeah, if you're a multitasker like me or ADD like me, that's a good way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's
I've
good to have the
listened to
book
it.
too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've listened to it on audio as well as read. I think I've read it twice. I've listened to it on audio.
Yeah.
It is. It's really good.
What
Yeah.
are you, what do you guys listen to audio on? Because I just really don't want to have a subscription that I have to pay for every single month. And I feel like
Mm.
I can't find like a way to listen to a book that's not doing that. Does anybody
Yeah,
have?
I have Audible, which I do pay for, but I really use it a lot, so
Okay.
it's kind of worth it for me. But I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not
I had
sure.
Audible too when I was listening to it.
Okay.
Hmm.
I figured, oh, well, I guess I could try my library because I know that they have it too.
Yeah.
That would get me to hear it faster, but I'm better at like the visual part when I'm reading to like absorb it. That's the only problem with the listening for me.
Hmm.
Yay. Well, I love it. I'm so excited and yeah, just excited to take this pause and really dig in deeper to the 30-day tracker. And again, just focus on the basics because think about it. Our business flows in 90-day cycles. So think about if we really were intentional about working our 30-day tracker and promoting that with new clients. 90 days from now, we're going to have new teammates. We're going to have more team. We're going to have more reorders. We're going to have more referrals, you know, and so it just starts. I know we want everything right now, but it's so exciting to think. I know they were talking too, like Arbonne has something big in store for August and September, like the whole fall is going to be great. But what we do right now is what our business is going to look like in a few months. So, you know, so just starting with the basics, owning it, planting the seeds, you know, again, putting it out there on social media about the healthy living plan. And again, realizing how much gold is in what we have a hold of here, and that our mission is to help people with their health and give them hope for the future, which, that like gets my heart. I love that. So love you guys. I'm so glad you were on today, and I hope that was inspiring for you.
It was.
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Yes. Agree.
You're the best, Tammy.
Yeah, thanks, Tammy.
Yes.